guys, it's Lauren with How To Beauty, and today is the day you're gonna find out what the heck I did with that 40 centimeter orange Birkin bag. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I bought 6 Birkin bags, love them all, gorgeous, sizes 35, 30 centimeters, 40 centimeters, the biggest to the smallest, almost the smallest. And then I bought 2 more, 7 and 8, and the 8th was an absolute disaster. So you guys get comfy and cozy because I'm going to talk to you about what happened to that 8th Birkin bag, and I think you're going to really love it. I had a ton of you DM and ask me, that's why I'm making the video, and that's why I did what I did. So get cozy, get comfy, like and subscribe. Hopefully we will not have to have any more videos like this one because this was a doozy. And so that video that shows the 8th Birkin bag says I bought my 8th Birkin. That's the one you want to see if you want to see this bag. So let's get started. So I did not know what to do, and I wanted to give you a super big tip first. So a month after I made the video showing you how badly damaged the Birkin was, how badly sewn, how warped the bottom was, go watch the video. It's linked down below. Come back and watch this video. If you know what I'm talking about, it wouldn't even sit up straight. It really doesn't sit up straight anyway either. And it's still deformed. However, we did a little DIY on it. But what I wanted to tell you before I do the big reveal was a month went by and I said, wait a minute. Okay, they did not want to refund me. It was AliExpress and it was the vendor. After my 8th purchase with them and making the videos, they didn't want to refund me. They wanted me to ship it back to them and then they would refund me. I think that's the way it went. And it was, the bag is a heavy bag. So we're talking $100 to $120 where I live to ship this thing back to China. And then the bag was around that price. So I would have gotten $0 back. So they could refund me, but the shipping was as much as the bag. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. You guys send me a shipping label. I'll ship it back to you and you can refund me 100% because this is not right. So they said pretty much no, and they thought it was going to be left like that. Well, I was really disappointed / angry about what had happened. So I didn't use my brain, and that's so much happens to people when they get in a bad situation. They forget things that are really important. So 30 days later, I remember I used PayPal, not friends and family, but business PayPal. And you don't have to have a business account. It's PayPal. But when you work with different businesses, what it does is it gives you an insurance on anything you purchase. So when I purchased that handbag, there are certain things that PayPal can help you do to recoup 100% of your money. Well, I had screenshotted all of the dialogue and comments from the seller, basically giving me no options, and an option that I couldn't afford or didn't make sense. And so I had that. I had tons of pictures and video, which I didn't need to send that much to PayPal. To show them the bag that was purchased. So the bag was very damaged, as you saw in the video. I bought my 8th Birkin. It was just unacceptable compared to all of the other ones I had purchased. Now, none of those handbags I purchased were perfect by any means. They're not real. And what I mean by real is they're real, but they're not Hermes. So, but for what they were made well, and this one was clearly not made well. So I went to PayPal, gave them all that information, and it turns out I got all of my money back and I didn't have to ship it back, which I totally said I would. And of course they didn't want to pay for the shipping, so I got left with the bag. All right, so here we are, and it's been 4 weeks while I've been treating this bag, I have been doing a lot of things to it. So let me show you what I did. And the purse doctor didn't fix this bag, okay? This is not fixed by any means. The bag is, I think, gonna be a shelf bag, but I wanna show you what I did because you asked what I did. Okay, so did get my money back, didn't ship it back, would have shipped it back, and now we're here. So this is the handbag that was orange. It is now silver, as you can see. So I'm just going to give you a 360 view of the bag. And I'm going to tell you all about what I've done and how I got to this point. Here is the bottom where it is all bent to hell. If I were to stick my hand in here, this would pop up and down. It is still very damaged. You'd never see anything even used look like this. Okay, so it ain't good. But we tried to make it better. So here's what I kind of did intentionally. So the first thing I did was I bought spray paint, and I spray painted this over 2 or 2.5 weeks. The reason why it took so long is because spray paint smells, and this is a metallic spray paint. So I basically went to Walmart and got metallic silver Krylon spray paint. It says it's good on all surfaces, but what I should have done with this bag is I should have gotten a silver metallic paint like acrylic, but for vinyl and leather, like what I did for that Hermes belt that I did. If you haven't seen that, check out my what did I name it? I said, I'm the only one that has this Hermes item, and it's a belt that I turned pink with a leather and vinyl paint. So I should have used a leather and vinyl or a leather paint, and they do, you can get them on Amazon, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever, and I should have done that. But I spray painted it. Spray paint stinks. It gives you a headache. It's a mess. But I spray painted this. I spray painted the threads. I spray painted here. This thing, every time I moved it, when I did that, it cracked everywhere. It would crack here. It would crack here. The handles, honey, are all cracking. So I did a couple of things. Here, this I made matte silver. I can take acetone and it will be gold, but I liked, for the time being, because it took a lot of time, I like that it's actually matte silver. So I did that. Then I decided that I was going to keep this gold. I really like the gold. I decided to take this gold and keep it that matte silver. So the only gold you have is here. Now, a silver 40 Hermes bag, they start at $60,000 and go up to $160,000 if it was real and it was silver and metallic. Now, that bag isn't going to peel or be bent, but this is as good as I could get it. It doesn't smell anymore, but I had to do a couple of things when like around this portion, spray painting wasn't very easy to do, even though this was taped up. So I had to buy a special Sharpie marker that was a silver metallic and go hand paint around this portion. I also had to go where it was cracking. So wherever it cracked, I had to go around with that Sharpie, and then it would just crack more. So that's why I'm saying if I had purchased a leather metallic paint, it would have gone on beautifully. Even though this looks great on camera, it really does. That's what I should have used. But I was just so like, oh, I'm gonna get this a different color and I'm gonna make this look better. And honestly, the way Krylon makes it sound like you could put it on anything, and you can, and it is, but I would say this is probably maybe 6 coats. And when I say 6 coats, you know, you spray it and you run for your life, and then you spray it and you run for your life. And I did that for like a week at least, and then it had to air out for at least 2 weeks. But you can see the lines in the bag. I mean, it's not I mean, it's still not, look, it's bent. I mean, it's still not a good bag. The other thing I did was I left the gold feet on there, on the bottom. I love mixing metals. I think Hermes should mix metals like crazy. I think the gold and the silver looks amazing. So then I went to AliExpress, which you can go to AliExpress, Amazon, wherever. I got these Twillies. It has a little H right here. I don't know if you can see that. They were really long Twillies too, like 95 centimeters. And since this is a 40 centimeter bag, I mean, the handles are bigger. So I got them as well as I could. I just liked it had H's, but again, you can't even see the H's on them. But the handles aren't going to crack, and when they do, they're going to crack in the Twilly. So what I think I'm going to do as the purse doctor next time with this bag is I'll probably strip it with acetone. Acetone isn't as strong, I don't think, as paint thinner, and I can't handle paint thinner. I think I'll strip it with, or I will get a magic eraser sponge, and I will just take off all of the spray paint. And then what I will do is let it obviously dry and chill and hang out. And then I will probably get the paint that I'm supposed to use for this bag, and I will paint it again. But right now, I've spent 4 weeks on this bag and just letting it air out and spraying it, doing touch-ups and every little thing you can think of. Now the inside is still orange from here down. I don't care. I have a purse organizer in it. So when you open it up, which I'm not going to do because it cracks, but when you open it up, you can't see that it's orange inside. But I think for now I'm going to use it as an aesthetic in my room on one of my shelves and just put it behind a couple other handbags where you can kind of see it. But I just wanted to share with you what happened with this handbag, how I kind of changed it, what the process looked like. And again, it's not like, and you can see kind of like where some of the paint kind of wore off. I bought 2 spray paints, one off of Amazon that was a metallic, and when I sprayed it, it just like fell out of the spray can, so like it just dripped like crazy. So I did get a little bit more of a metallic-y shine, like glitter was literally flying out of it, this metallic paint. The second one I used that wasn't Krylon, I don't even know what it was. I sent it back to the manufacturer because it was so bad. But if you are doing vinyl, nylon, pleather, this is cowhide, so this is leather. If you're doing anything like that, my suggestion is don't spray paint it. Get that paint that's made for vinyl, pleather, leather, whatever you've got, and just, it's easy. You would just paint it and it would be fine, and it probably wouldn't even smell as bad. So let me see if I can see anything that's wrong with it so far. I mean, other than the complete obvious, right? Let me know what you think. If you think I did a good job. I didn't want to go with gold. I didn't want to go with bronze. I didn't want to make it another color. I really love silver. I had a silver bag I gave to a friend, and I really missed it. The only thing that will be sad with this until I really get into this and work on it again is that, like, you know, as I open it or whatever, it will kind of crack and crumble, and I'm not usually easily embarrassed by any means, but you know, you don't want your bag to crumble. And every time I took this out, all of it would come off. And the little key holder, that has to be painted because I've spray painted it, and it's got so many, like, it's got so much movement in this, it cracks and crumbles. I couldn't even put it on the bag today, but this is it. This is what we've got going on. And I just had to share it with you because I know some of you were wondering. I know, look at it. I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. I wish they had just sent me another one. That would have been the right thing to do. But they didn't. And so this is taking lemons and making lemonade. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I explained everything that happened. The other thing is it's really not that bad like at the bottom part here because there's not much movement. And there's not much movement on the bag other than like when you open it up. But let me just open it up for you. This I'm doing for you anyway. I was just trying to keep its shape. So when I open this up, this is how I will carry it. Just like this. I'll carry it like that. Oh, the other thing I did, I'm so glad I didn't stop the video yet. Okay. The other thing I did is I decided when I was spray painting this thing that I was going to lose the logo. I know so many people, I told so many people the only reason why I got these bags was because it has somewhat of a logo, probably not anything close to the original, but it did have a stamp when it was orange. And I totally lost the logo here. It's gone. If I change this color, it's gonna be totally gone. So I did lose the logo. However, the whole bag is quite useless in my opinion. So I did it. It does say Hermes here. That's another reason why I kept this gold. Because that's the only other branding that it has. There's no branding on the inside. But when you do open it, see how it's orange? Oh, look at that, guys. It's so embarrassing. Well, not really. But, you know, what can you do? When you spray paint, oh, it's scary. So here, like, you can see it was orange here. So when you have the, well, I'll show you. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a quick video. Oh sure, Lauren. Whatever you say. Okay, so this fits in here. So the reason why I didn't care the bottom was orange is because this pushes everything in, and I painted the silver, the top silver. So when you're really carrying it around, you know, if I do, geez, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this thing. But you can't see the orange. So I did do that. And I'm glad I shared that with you. So I was able to get up in there half of the way. And I can still use that pocket that it's orange. But you can't tell it's spray painted just by carrying it around, even if you're looking inside of it with that organizer in it. And so that's why I chose to do what I did. But yeah, so that's the bag. Lost the logo. I mean, lost everything, right? But that is how it looks. And I guess now that I moved it for you, I'm not moving it back. I'm just going to leave it like this. But there you go. You guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.